the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello to you, and welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour. Milagro Stallion and Milagro Gramz. Defamation trial is ongoing, and this is day 7. We are live here to cover it. So all the 3 people that were here, thank y'all for rolling through. At least I appreciate y'all. We got a lot to get into, so let's get to it and make it do what it do, because higher is waiting. Low is available, but either way, we got to go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is me. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Glad to have all of you here in the building with me. Good to see all of you. Hopefully your Tuesday has went well, rather. I would say kicked off well, but hopefully your Tuesday has kicked off, in a good fashion, and kicked off in a good fashion this morning, and it's ending well tonight. That's what I'm saying. I'm my rambling comes quick. Let's get me time. All right, let's get to the game doing what we do, y'all. 11 people in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate y'all. Here we go. Right here. So from Local 10, Megan Thee Stallion's defamation case against Milagro Gramz continues. Megan Pete, better known as Grammy-winning rapper Megan Thee Stallion, arrived in federal court Tuesday morning in downtown Miami for a case that has raised concerns about the weaponization of deepfake born in new media. The civil trial against Milagro Cooper, better known for her online entertainment commentary, as Milagro Gramz started November 17th. Chief U.S. District Judge Stallion has been presiding. Pete has presented evidence to show that she has suffered as a result of social media posts by Cooper, whose defense has relied on the First Amendment and claims that she was not paid to post about Pete. Pete filed a defamation lawsuit against Cooper on October 29th, 2024. Her attorneys placed Daystar Pearson, better known as Canadian rapper Tory Lanez, at the center of the case. Pete's attorneys claim Cooper acted on behalf of Cooper as an online rumor mill, churning out falsehoods to her tens of thousands of social media followers. Attorneys focused on the nature of Cooper's business as an independent entertainment commentator and on financial payments Cooper received from Pearson's father, Sunstar Pearson of Toronto. And also, as well, for those of you who may not know, Milagro Gramz also has a contract with StationNet that gives her $6,300 a month, which that's not a bad check. We can give credit where credit's due. That's not a bad check. But that is not included in this. Before the trial started, U.S. Magistrate Judge Lisette M. Reed, who presided over the civil case in Miami, fined Pearson $20,000 for his obstruction during Pete's attorney's failed attempts to dispose of record show. And also, Pearson's attorneys also got cited for obstruction as well. Pete was injured during a powering on July 12, 2020, according to Los Angeles detectives. Pearson and Pete were riding in an SUV in the Hollywood Hills. Pearson powed at Pete 5 times after she got out of the vehicle. After a trial, Pearson was convicted of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a loaded unregistered firearm in the vehicle, and discharging a firearm for gross negligence. Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge David Herrenford sentenced Pearson to 10 years on August 8, 2023. Pearson has engaged in apparent conduct that was intended to intimidate Ms. Pete and silence her. District Attorney Gasson said after the sentencing, and also praising her incredible bravery and vulnerability as she underwent months of probing investigation court appearances where she had to relive her trauma. Pearson lost his appeal on November 12th. A Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge Richard Bloom ordered Pearson to stay away from Pete as a part of a restraining order that is valid until January 9th of 2030. So here is the civil lawsuit right here, 24 pages. Shout out to Jackie Pascal and Andrea Torres. So that's everything you need to know up to this point here. We'll play this video and then we'll get to Megan Cuniff's coverage here.
Right now at 3:30, Megan v. Stallion's defamation trial is nearing an end.
And Local 10's Jackie Pascal has an update on how things are going.
A lot in this case today. Hours of testimony between Milagro Cooper, that is the blogger that is being sued by Megan Thee Stallion here, as well as Megan expected to be recalled as well for questioning. And so those final closing statements could be coming later on.
What's going to be your final message to jurors today?
Nothing but a smile and wave from superstar rapper Megan Thee Stallion walking into federal
court Tyson, no, Mike, welcome in.
Miami. She's accusing blogger Milagro Cooper, known online as Milagro Gramz, of spreading false statements, amplifying misinformation, and fueling online attacks. Today, the focus is on if Cooper is a media defendant or a journalist. She says she is, but then she would have to be held to a code of ethics as presented by Megan's lawyers, including being neutral, acknowledging and correcting mistakes, not distorting facts, having compassion, and avoiding three things and special treatment. Cooper claims she is new media, where the rules are less black and white. Megan's lawyers pointed to commentary segments and Cooper highlighting an AI-generated deepfake porn video of Megan for her followers as ways Cooper is not a true journalist and therefore does not have certain protections. They went further to say that she attacked Megan, prompting this lawsuit. Cooper reiterated over and over, though, she feels she is the one being bullied now. So hours and hours of testimony to be sorted through by those jurors after the closing arguments are made. Stick with us here on air and online for the latest updates. Downtown Miami, Jackie Pascal, Local 10 News.
Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate you so much for that. It was interesting. I read a comment from Amon Wiggins chat, and I'm going to read the comment again before we get started because I think this is a very critical point, because Amon said that a lot of journalists are heated, upset, this, that, and the third about new media coming in, and it's like, well, Amon Wiggins got on to way up with Angela Yee, right? So that is legacy media with new media, right? But I wanted to bring up this particular comment because I think this is where I'm at with it. Give me one moment, everybody. One moment here. Just gotta find it. Give me a moment. SALISU11 said, real media journalists do not harass folks. Focus on reporting the news and making it fun and engaging. You don't have to pick up and harass and insult. Act like media then. And that's exactly where I'm at with SALISU11. That's exactly where I'm at. So you cannot want to have the spotlight but not be responsible for how you move in the spotlight. You cannot want the spotlight but yet not be responsible for how you move in the spotlight. You cannot want the spotlight but not be responsible for how you move in the spotlight. Heaviest that wears the crown, as they say. So let's get to it. Welcome in, Tyson, Mike. I think this is your first time here. I'm gonna just show your comments to welcome you into the show because we always recognize everybody. I'm glad to have you here. But Megan will have to have sent a cease and desist. I think Megan did do that. Either way, I feel like if Megan sent the cease and desist, Milagro Gramz is a grown woman that is a toss away K energy. That, remember when Toss Away K said, I'm gonna wipe my ass with the cease and desist, and she lost. Remember how well, like I said, listen, we're having a conversation here. So okay, Megan did not send the cease and desist. That's what Tyson No Mike is saying. Well, this is how I feel. Like I said before, regardless if she would have sent it, I don't think Milagro would have stopped. I just really don't think so. You know what I mean? Because Milagro seems to be headstrong. It's her way or the highway. Even her moderator told her not to come out with anything. And also, too, Milagro said, I'm not taking nothing back, sue me. So there you go. Journalists don't ask for that. So, but let's get to it, everybody. As we can tell, it's about to be a heavy, fun and adult-filled conversation here. Megan Cuniff, shout out to her. She's been on the ground in Miami. I think Armand was on the ground in Miami. His last day, I believe, was yesterday. Pam Esquire will go live here very, very soon. And shout out to Jay. I think it's Jay Nolan or somebody with a J. Shout out to him. He's been going live as well about. Okay, here we go. Megan Thee Stallion dismisses diss tracks about her as testimony in defamation trial continues. The trial attorneys don't confirm with standard evidentiary rules and procedures, which has created a free-willing approach to testimony and evidence. Now listen, I gotta tell you, if we do not get a line after this is all for nothing, okay? Because she has been coming in these power suits very strong, okay? Listen. Let's get a little Alphaba energy too, like Alphaba's twin sister. But that's neither here nor there. Let's roll on. Although she could definitely pull off an Alphaba cosplay. Yes. I'm praying that for Clay. So I can't receive it, Clay should receive it. Moving on. Rapper Megan Thee Stallion. I also feel like Megan can also pull off a Maleficent cosplay, but moving on. That's enough of what I would like. Clay, hopefully you get that, brother. All right, for real, rapper Megan Thee Stallion testified Monday that she's unbothered by songs written about her by her former friend Kelsey Harris, rapper Nicki Minaj, and her ex-boyfriend Parson Fontaine, dismissing an attorney's suggestion that she has reasons to be upset beyond his client. Minaj's Bigfoot track, Megan testified, was just so silly in the beginning, I couldn't get through it. I just feel like it wasn't something I wanted to keep listening to. Megan testified, so you have the ability to turn things off that you don't want to listen to, as Jeremy McLemon, an attorney for online commentator Milagro Cooper. As it pertains to Nicki Minaj, yes, Megan answered. Megan also said Drake's line in his song Soro Loco, this bitch line about getting pals, but she's still a stallion, isn't clearly about her. If he is talking about me, he is using it in a very indirect way, she said. Megan said Drake's line may be a reference to a woman getting injections to enlarge her buttocks, but she's still a stallion, meaning she is curvy. If he was talking about me, he could have been more direct because I don't have butt shots, Megan said. Also, Princess Tiana, live action, Princess and the Frog. I'm available. Disney, just call me. Moving on. So here it is here. Megan Cuniff's tweets here. Right here. Right there. Here we go. Let's keep going. McLemon referenced Drake's mutual Canadian heritage with rapper Tory Lanez, who is in prison for powering Megan, and said they have some sort of Canadian allegiance between the two. The fact that Drake mentioned you in the song that says free Tory, that doesn't affect you at all. I don't know if this is mean that he is mentioning me just because he said Stallion. A lot of people say Stallion in their songs. Megan answered. Megan said she didn't listen to Kelsey's song all the way through because that was a mess. Damn. I don't care about what Kelsey's rapping about. Megan testified, because why do I care about Kelsey rapping while we worried about Tory powering me? Megan said a Fonte song about her. The breakup was definitely emotional for both of us, so I don't think it made me feel good. But she said I had a lot on my plate already. Parsons' diss track wasn't at the top of my list. Megan's testimony about the diss tracks highlight the 6th day of testimony in a federal defamation trial featuring attorneys who don't conform with standard evidentiary rules and procedures, which has created a free-willing approach to testimony and evidence that includes no objections for narrative answers and hardly any for obvious hearsay. They don't conform with procedures for use of documents, and that combined with no objections for hearsay has witnesses reading aloud entire documents they've never before seen. Witnesses also watch segments of videos they may or may not be familiar with and then answer questions about them. And there's no end in sight because U.S. District Judge Cecilia M. Matonga is one of those judges who doesn't believe it's her job to make objections for attorneys. Very interesting. I don't object on hearsay. Counsel objects on hearsay, she says Monday. Milagro testified for about 5 hours on Monday, about 8 minutes in direct, and then the rest in cross-examination. She spoke about her upbringing uninterrupted several times, including one answer that was 2.5 minutes. The longest answer was about 4.5 minutes. Megan finishes cross-exam. McLimit's first question to Megan on Monday was if she had any evidence that Milagro is a mouthpiece for Lanes. Megan said Milagro has received money from Lane's father, and then she gets online and talks about things that nobody but Tory or his lawyers would know. Megan read aloud a text she sent her therapist in October 2022. I just saw the guy who palled me online in the club dancing with another female rapper. Everyone congratulating him on his album, being an amazing person. Nobody cares when people do bad things, or they just simply don't care about me or believe me, and I'm so tired. So at this point in time, you're concerned with Mr. Lane's dancing in the club with other female rappers, McLimit said. It's not that I'm concerned with him dancing in the club with other female rappers, Megan said. It's that Lanes and Kelsey appear to just be living their lives like nothing happened. Like I've been palled, I'm getting so much criticism, and I have turned into the villain, and they're just happy. Megan testified, I was feeling like, why can't I be happy? Like, why is everybody else moving on? Whew. Heavy. Let me see here. And that's the big thing. If she was cease and desist, then it would have been a different conversation. But being that she did not, that could throw out the whole defamation piece out. And that is very true. That's very true. Milagro kept saying that Megan wasn't pal. She stepped on the glass. No, Tory told her that Megan was pal. Tory never said that. Milagro was trying to mix people up on purpose because she was speaking for Tory. Hey, Shay P, I love you. And listen, I will just say this, okay? I know you're Team Milagro, but if I were to do a fifth quarter or a half of what Milagro allegedly did, you would be on my head, okay? I still love you. By the way, y'all go buy FireHairByShayP.com. Actually, let's take a little break for a minute. Just a little break. Because y'all know we always love promoting our people around here. Give me one moment, everybody. So this is Fire Hair by Shay P. Everybody, just wanted to give her some love here. This is her own line. She's had it for many, many years. And here's the shop here. You should be having some Black Friday sales coming up, right? So this is everything that she has here. So just to let you guys know, this is her line. So please like, comment, share, subscribe to all of her social media platforms and support her business here. And of course, I will drop the link in the live chat below. I still need to know who this is. Okay, I still need to know who that is. Okay. Listen, that gold swimsuit that you had, still that picture, my lord. If I was the husband, that would be on the mantle in the living room. That's neither here nor there. I follow this case very closely. This is a mess. You know what? It is a mess. But in the same token, this is how I feel about it, right? Everybody's saying that they're Team Milagro, right? Would you want somebody to do the same things that allegedly happened to Megan happen to you? I think that is the thorough line, right? Thank you. I'm doing Cyber Monday. I'm staying solidarity with Boycon Black Friday. Wait a minute, we're Boycon Black Friday now? I thought it was Target and all the other companies that are supporting the president. We're Boycon Black Friday now? Child, the things you learn live on YouTube. Shout out to, Cyber Monday as well. So Shay P is doing Cyber Monday. And I do know that there are Black businesses and businesses that are doing Black Friday stuff. So anyway, get your deals any way you can, whether it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Get your damn deals. Shout out to the 12 people, 11 people, now 8 people here. Thank you all so much for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have you here. I'm sorry, but I will have to care about how other people feel too, and I don't. And that's your opinion. That's your total opinion. You know what I mean? Shay P will tell you, Tyson, no, Mike, I am very fair. I'm about right is right and wrong is wrong. do what you say you're going to do, and just because you don't have the best in terms of resources to give doesn't mean what you have in you is not worthy of being given. So we're good over here. I like Millie. What people don't know is that she is more biased than people think. She didn't say Megan got pal. She said Tori didn't pal her, but it was Kelsey. All right, then. Okay. Listen, I love a good adult conversation. So we're good. Like I said, we cover anything and everything over here, okay? So this is just a big destination that everybody's going to. We're just having a conversation about it. So, like I said, as long as it's respectful in the chat, we're good. So, like I said, either way, I think that this is a case study on the power of new media, the power of the music industry, and the power of image in the world of fame. You know what I mean? So it's all good in the neighborhood. And like I said, y'all do not have to be here. So sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, the depths of my soul, the foundation of my being, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It does not go unnoticed by me how much you guys invest in me, take time out for me, and uplift me to the higher that's way. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. With that being said, I do want to get to what Megan said here, right, about how everybody else can move on. And I feel that we all have been in that situation before. Like, something traumatic has happened in our lives. Maybe not to this degree, but like, for example, my friends on Facebook, they're getting married, they're having kids and everything else. And although it's not traumatic, you know what I mean? It does make me think like, damn, am I the odd one? Am I the weird one? Am I the outcast? That maybe nobody wants to marry me. Maybe I'm not supposed to become a dad, or this, that, and the third. So I will agree with Megan that we all have been through situations where, life is happening to other people, but it's not happening for us, or we've went through such a traumatic experience that there is no outlet, there is no safe space, there is no place to fall to be able to work through that mentally. So I will definitely agree with her on that. Her therapist replied, "That is the depression talking." Megan wrote back, "I don't think anyone around me sees how sad I am." She teared up on the witness stand as she read more text. "I'm in tears. Everyone pretends not to see, or they genuinely don't see. I'm not sure. I'm tired of being ignored, but I also don't know why I care about what other people do to me. Whether they're ignoring me because they're tired of seeing me crying," Megan wrote. Megan testified that she may have been talking about an ex-boyfriend here or something. "I'm not sure, but I think at the time I just felt like I was always sad. I was just thinking maybe I was bothering everybody around me, just being sad all the time," she said. I've been through this as well. One of my biggest pet peeves, if we become best friends, is I do not want you to feel like you are alone in the world. That's my biggest pet peeve. If you feel like you're going through something, hey, Inez, Mark, good to see you, beautiful. If you feel like you are alone, call me, beat me if you need to reach me, right? And sometimes we feel that our existence is a burden. But somebody once said to me, if somebody really does care about you, they will always not only understand how you have a burden energy because you're human, but also too how you are a blessing as well. And so I will just say this to Megan and to everybody that, thinks like her. And I think that's all of us. Just because you feel like a burden doesn't mean that you are one. It's just that time period that makes you feel like a burden. A lot of life is more mental than physical. And like I said, I know this is a very multi-layered, emotional, and my Lord Jesus, just a frequency of tug of war with people. You know what I mean? So I'm trying my very best to be sensitive, to be understanding, and considerate of that, because even though this was Megan Thee Stallion, any one of us could have been powed in the foot, right? I mean, all of you who are in the live chat today with me, you might have had something traumatic happen to you. You know what I mean? And you may be going through some of these emotions, maybe not like Megan, but you're going through these emotions. And so your trauma matters as well. So, man, through a woman's eyes, if I moved across state to be your assistant and best friend because I believed in you, I gave up my job, my house, my family, and you betrayed me. Yeah, I would agree with that. If you gave that investment and it was disrespected with the energy they gave back to you, I would be upset with that as well. Kelsey was also doing her school work while in nursing school. All those years, Kelsey really had her back, and to think Megan betrayed her yet again, I'm sure the girl was emotional. Yeah, no, for sure. You know, anytime that you are going for a purpose bigger than yourself, along with trying to be a vessel to other people, it literally is a how can I put it? It's literally like it's like a waterworks system, right? You gotta know the PSI pressure, what to turn up, what to turn down, what valves, what pipes to, you know, release, what pipes to close. You know what I mean? You got a lot of maintenance to take care of, and not to mention Megan's more taller than Kelsey, so they're fine. We already know how that turned out. Laughing emoji, crying emoji, fist bump emoji, and the is that the flirt emoji? Megan wasn't drunk enough to see Tori and Kelsey were fine and made the driver turn around to go get him. Yes, indeed. There are 14 people in the building. Thank you all so much for being here. Glad to have all of you here. But yeah, I want to address that because I've been there where I felt like I've been a burden, and I am a burden. And, you know, I've been in that weird reflective place of that concept. So I just want to reflect that. Let's keep going here. Megan later told McLimit that he is trying to make it be like I've had so much hatred towards Tory Lanez as if it's for no reason. It's not just about Tory Lanez pound me. It's about what Milagro has been doing for him after the fact. Megan testified. She says she also believes Milagro is a bad person because why would you ever want to align yourself with somebody who would pow a woman or pow anybody? Megan testified. McLimit asked if Megan is suing only Milagro because she doesn't have millions of dollars like these other individuals. Am I suing her because she don't have no money? No, that's not it. Megan answered, and I never said I wasn't suing anybody else. Have you sued anybody else? McLimit asked. No, not yet. Megan answered. McLimit also asked Megan, did you or your team make this video this porno of me? Megan answered, yes. Now, hang on a second. Why in the... Why would her team make a deep fake video of their client? Hang on, I just want to understand this, right? Why would they do that? Like, Megan actually has a gift, right? Boys and girls have talents, men and women have gifts, right? Your gift will make room for you. Like, why would they do that? Like, I don't get it. I'm just like, because I think that's the same lawyer that's, you know, that asked, you know, about, you know, you couldn't turn off Milagro, this, that, and the third, and talking about the crimes committed, this, that, and the third. It's just like, so wait a minute, you know what? I know what it was. It was a quote saying, and I don't think it was McLean, but I think it was another one of Milagro's attorneys that said Milagro wanted to drag, not Milagro, but Megan wanted to drag this trial across the country to relive it out on the trial. And I'm just like, wait a minute. So Megan dragged this trial across the country to relive it, but yet you're the lawyer in the trial to retell it with a client that did what she did? And this is Milagro's sharp cracking team. Okay, child. I was on a live with Millie. She didn't show the video online. People were actually telling her about it. I was wondering why it was in Miami. Well, apparently Megan is a resident of Miami. But, also too, I'm not surprised by that either because, celebrities, they don't live in Hollywood like they used to. Like, for example, Pat Sajak, he lives on the East Coast. He will fly out to, Hollywood to tape multiple episodes of Wheel of Fortune and then fly back. So, yeah, celebrities live all over. I mean, not like they haven't not been living all over, but there's been a lot more celebrities, for example, moving to Texas, right? Because there is no taxes, right? Essentially, to trap bloggers makes sense to me because how come they want such the IP address for the individual who created the video and sue them? They could have also made the video with a VPN where they could have moved it to a whole nother country and still made the video. So, I mean, it's 2025. Shade P is in Florida because Florida has certain laws. Yes, they do. And that's what the Florida law for the deepfake warrant is a critical piece of this case. But yeah, that was a dumbass question. Did you or your team make this video? What? Megan's lawyers did not ask her any questions in redirect. So Milagro testifies again. Milagro testifies she went to live with her grandparents when she was about 5 years old because her mother was being in music videos and partying, being on the scene. She got caught up in that. Little girls are not safe when the mother is high and she doesn't know what's going on, Milagro testified. I'm just curious. Is this the same woman who said, as long as he is a good father, fuck the baby mama and fuck the child? Is that the same one who just said little girls are not safe when the mother is high, she doesn't know what's going on? Is this the same one who said, as long as he's a good father, fuck the baby mama and fuck the child? One more time. For the one more time. Little girls are not safe when the mother is high and she doesn't know what's going on. Is this coming from the same person who said, as long as he is a good father, fuck the baby mama and fuck the child? I just want to ask that question. Okay. All right. I think it's backfiring because of this new media law that is now in Florida as well. That is why Millie researched her to address the sin to her lawyers because they didn't understand why I was in Florida when she does not reside there. And true. Thank you for that. And not to mention too, here's the gag. Okay, I'm gonna just ask this question. If Milagro Gramz got powed in the foot and Milagro Gramz' best friend did this to her, allegedly, this is a hypothetical situation, and did all that stuff, would that be right for Milagro to have that happen to her? That's the real question. If you can't answer yes or no, then you need to do some soul alignments. Okay? If it wasn't right for men to get powed in the foot, then it should not happen to Milagro or anybody. Let's just say that Milagro's daughter got powed in the foot and this situation happened. Should Milagro's daughter get dragged through the mud? Her niece, her cousin, her grandmother, her mother, her sister. I'm just asking a question. That's all I'm doing. I'm not wishing this on Milagro or any woman in her life. I'm not wishing that. Nor I'm wishing it for Milagro's husband's women, the women in his life. I'm not wishing that. I'm just asking a purposeful question. Because sometimes we got to make it personal in order to understand what's going on. Child, let's roll on. But why would Megan or her team say, yes, we made the video? Exactly. Millie did her own research for her own case before she actually said she got lawyers. Well, I mean, listen, just because you get a degree in criminal justice doesn't mean that you gained anything from it, right? Because it's one thing to learn something, it's another thing to execute, right? Oh, Lord, exactly. The issue is a lot of people don't believe that Meg was palled. No, no one said what was wrong. What you're saying is it didn't happen the way Megan said it happened. Right, Shay? But yes, but you have to acknowledge that Millie is Mia, so she get paid to report on celebrities. So if the roles were reversed, the same thing will be happening to Millie. I'll say this, right? We had Toss Away K and Cardi B. Guilty. We had Nosy Ho and Nicki Minaj. Guilty. So, like I said to Shay P, if I were to do a fifth quarter or a half of what Toss Away K did, Nosy Ho did, or Milagro did, Shay P would be on my head because that would be wrong behavior. So, like I said before, you cannot want the spotlight, but yet not be responsible for how you move in the spotlight. You cannot want the spotlight, but yet not be responsible for how you move in the spotlight. You cannot want the spotlight, but yet not be responsible for how you move in the spotlight. Because in that local 10 news report, it said that hang on, let's just go back for a minute. Hang on. Because I want this to be
accusing blogger Milagro Cooper, known online as Milagro Gramz, of spreading false statements, amplifying misinformation, and fueling online attacks. Today, the focus is on if Cooper is a media defendant or a journalist. She says she is, but then she would have to be held to a code of ethics as presented by Megan's lawyers, including.
I just want to.
She is, but then she would have to be fueling online attacks. Today, the focus is on if Cooper is a media defendant or a journalist. She says she is, but then she would have to be held to a code of ethics as presented by Megan's lawyers. False statements, amplifying misinformation, and fueling online attacks. Today, the focus is on if Cooper is a media defendant or a journalist. She says she is, but then she would have to be held to a code of ethics as presented by Megan's lawyers, including being neutral, acknowledging and correcting mistakes, not distorting facts, having compassion, and avoiding free things and special treatment. Cooper, journalist. She says she is, but then she would have to be held to a code of ethics as presented by Megan's lawyers, including being neutral, acknowledging and correcting mistakes, not distorting facts, having compassion, and avoiding free things and special treatment. Cooper, online attacks. Today, the focus is on if Cooper is a media defendant or a journalist. She says she is, but then she would have to be held to a code of ethics as presented by Megan's lawyers, including being neutral, acknowledging and correcting mistakes, not distorting facts, having compassion, and avoiding free things and special treatment. Cooper.
That's what they said. Don't get mad at me because I know how to use factual information. I can hold my own and execute my energy. Don't get mad at me. That's what they said. That's what they said. Let me flip it, reverse or rewind it back one more time.
Is a media defendant or a journalist. She says she is, but then she would have to be held to a code of ethics as presented by Megan's lawyers, including being neutral, acknowledging and correcting mistakes, not distorting facts, having compassion, and avoiding free things and special treatment. Cooper claims.
Child, let's roll on. I swear, it's like liars are allergic to facts. It's like if a liar comes out and you spray truth for oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm dying, I am so dying from actual factual rain. Oh my god, I'm a liar, I'm dying because of facts. Once again, if you big mad with what I have to say, get StreamYard, get a YouTube channel, and do a fifth quarter or a half of what I do and hold your own, then come talk to me. But then again, you saw the thumbnail, you know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. Let's keep going. Yes, from Tyson No Mike. Let's see here. I think it's a little more than that. Two things can be true. You can have sympathy for something that's happening and still have questions. Megan don't want nobody to have questions, right? Tal Nosy was all the way out of line for talking about Nikki's baby and husband. The stuff was disgusting. Made me clutch my pearls. LOL. Tasha's case was different. Let's see here. Powell, 77 exactly, was Wendy Williams neutral? No, not really. But that's what people tuned into Wendy for. You know what I mean? But even she had to be responsible for what she said as well, right? I'll never forget when she, put out Method Man's wife having cancer. That broke ethics, right? So, listen, some of y'all, it's your first time over here, but I keep it a buck on everything. Okay? And we do everything over here, okay? Tasha was being petty and Kari sued her out spite because she likes to control the narrative about her. She told the shade room not supposed to pick about her. But that would also hold them to ethics, meaning they would have to send a sixth and the sixth first. Unless she can retract that. I don't like the shade room, so bias. That code of ethics also affects Megan's team. They would have to follow the rules, send a cease and desist, and give men an opportunity to retract or correct. Desist. Now, wait a minute. Why am I getting the emoji? Why am I getting that? I'm just giving my point of view, right? I'm just giving my point of view. Wendy didn't care what she said or Howard Stern, right? Howard was a mess, and he was. Let's keep going. Her mother was studying journalism when she went to prison, which Milagro said inspired her to honor her in a way. She said her father went into pro football, and when her mother told him she was pregnant, he was more interested in sports, so he disregarded her. So wait a minute. Let me see if I got this right. Because when you honor somebody, there's integrity, accountability, and responsibility honoring someone, which would be the same thing as journalism. And then your daddy didn't care about your mama, so your daddy plowed through your mama like, plowing down the field for a touchdown. And then after the trophy, he didn't give a fuck about her, so he moved on to the next season. Is that what you're saying? Shut your damn mouth, Braylon. You lie. Have some decorum, some grace and respect. I'm sorry, y'all. That legit came out of my mouth. I am so sorry. Damn it. Man. Has an actual degree in what? In journalism? Because one of the statements was, it's not like, you have to have a journalism degree to be able to speak on something. Right? That's what she said. That is what she said. It's not like you gotta have a school. It's not like you gotta go to school for journalism to be able to speak on something, right? That's what she said. Oh Lord. LOL. Millie's mother is a drug addict, and so her grandparents raised her and her two brothers. Nancy Grace don't care. She be going in on folks. Y'all are lively tonight in the chat, and I'm here for it. If you are enjoying the energy of this live, like, comment, share, subscribe. These are the virtual travelers, virtual tour family, the legendary tourists and awards, the legendary Alpha MC. Nikki News on Narcissism has called these people her tour sisters, and Lisa W has called them the tour family. Like I said, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the all notification bells, so that way whenever we go live on tour, upload a short or upload a video. There's content coming out here every single day. Wait a minute, hang on now. Wait, hang on, for what? How can I listen? First Amendment, okay? Now listen, that is what we call utilizing wordplay, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Listen. Those were her words. I just brought together. Okay, so listen. Yes, I want to say it's in journalism, but I do know, in fact, she has a degree. Well, good for her. You know what I mean. And this is the thing I always said to my mom: a sheet of paper is something that you have to pay for. Your gift was already paid for. Yeah, this lawsuit is petty and bitter. Yeah. Oh, no, I know she's got I know she got a degree in criminal justice. Yes. Let's keep going. She said her childhood was 75% happy with memories of friends and family enjoying a pool table or a jukebox, but her grandmother was also very strict and embraced tough love. You didn't get told "I love you" every day. You didn't get hugged. So my grandmother felt like love was action. So if you had a roof over your head and you had food, that was enough. Milagro testified. Milagro said her grandmother would curse at her to get the house to. Will curse at her to clean the house and get out of bed. She'll pull me out. Get your ass up, you stupid. My Lord. Milagro says she remembers her neighbor giving her $1 as a kid, and she would be said, "Don't you ever take no money from no man like that. Go take it back." Damn! Good Lord Jesus! My Lord. I mean, that is reflective of, you know, those villages of old school families, you know what I mean? So, I'm laughing at this because, well, I'm laughing at this for two things. One, I'm laughing because of this, but also to the way I executed Milagro's childhood, how I expounded on it about journalism and accountability, integrity, and responsibility, and then, you know, relaying that to, you know, plowing her mama like a touchdown during a Super Bowl and then moved on to the next season. Listen, it just came out the way it did. You know, it is what it is. But here's the thing. At the beginning and end of the day, the world will go on. There will be some new news story out there, and in the words of Glorilla, at the end of the day gonna end. You know what I mean? Millie's grandma was gangster. She's very blunt, and is. She later testified her show is influenced by all the people I grew up with, seeing and interacting with or watching the communications between adults. She began reviewing TV shows on YouTube and formed a limited liability company in Texas in May 2020, then moved into celebrity gossip and eventually secured a contract with station head that paid her $6,300 monthly to stream at least 5 hours a day, 5 hours a week. She said she spent $10,000 on equipment, including $3,000 money. Did you get your station head contract with your relationship with Tory Lanez? Nachia Ben Amin asked. No, Milagro answered. Did you get your station head contract because for your relationship with his father, son star Peterson? Ben Amin asked. No. Ben Amin also mentioned the $3,000 received from Lane's father. Milagro said it was for children's birthdays and for winter coats and payment for promotions of the projects. I can't be bought for any price, let alone a measly $3,000. I'm confused on that. You can't be bought for any price, but yet you accepted $3,000. I mean, $3,000 is $3,000. You know what I mean? Her grandmother was a boxing coach / manager. Oh, okay. Got it. So because of that, and I'm being facetious when I say this, so Milagro thinks that she's a heavyweight champion, but really she moves like a lightweight, right? So her grandmother was a boxing coach and manager. So because her grandmother was a boxing coach and manager and saw heavyweights, then Milagro thought that she was a heavyweight, but really she has cashed too many checks that her ass can't cash, and now she's trying to clean up her record about being, you know, boxer in pop culture. Okay. It was not $3,000 all at once. I love this damn show we do. Moving on. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really mean that. Tori asked me for money when he went to jail. I actually sent him money to help him out, she said. Ben Amin questioned Milagro about her shows and the topic she covers. Emphasized that she discussed issues outside of Megan and Lane's. Jurors saw a clip on Milagro live streaming a police press conference about the arrest and the murder of Jacksonville rapper Charles Julo Fulo Jones Jr. A news broadcaster named the Powell Man discussed the alleged gang war. Jurors heard Milagro said, I'm so happy that this is happening. I'm so happy that this is happening because I hope that there's a young adult somewhere that decides that their life is not worth being thrown away. Built for tough. Hang on, let me see. Hang on here, let's see. Let me see here for a second. So how old is Milagro? Like, what, 30 years old or something? I typed in her age, but it's not really showing me anything. Yeah, it's not showing me her age, so it is what it is. Moving on. But you know what? Here's the thing, right? And this is giving me P. Diddy vibes for this reason, not just because of the Camp Mob lawsuit that is ongoing, but of the fact that, remember that P. Diddy video that they played in the courtroom of how, you know, P. Diddy was this, that, and the third, but yet the sentencing was the sentencing anyway. I'm like, okay, that's nice, but that's not going to get you out of what you did. But anyway, I hope that they see this shit and be like, you know what, bitch, this shit is not worth it. I'd rather go to school, she said in the recording. Milagro testified that she is agitated by the lack of content that is of substance. She really said this out her mouth. She is agitated by the lack of content that is of substance. She is agitated by the lack of content that is of substance. Listen, Anonymous, what do you have to say about this?
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Hey, Wente Talks, what happens when you drink your water, mind your black-owned business, and you don't do what Milagro Gramz has done? What ends up happening?
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time.
Can you say that one more time, Tay?
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time.
One more time. I don't think they heard you. I don't think you were loud enough. Just one more time.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time.
So when you mind your business and you stay out of trouble because you don't cause no trouble, then you won't ever get in trouble? Wow, what a shocking concept. Moving on. I know some of y'all in the background like, you know what? You a smart ass. You think you slick. You think you somebody. I live by the courthouse, and clearly no one cares about this case. There are more chickens and roosters outside the courthouse. Okay, then. Okay. Let's keep going, y'all. I don't like how everything is so sexual, hypersexual, and I feel like the kids deserve better, she said on the witness stand. But isn't Milagro the one that makes faces like, you see this? So, like, really? You say you don't love how everything is sexual or hypersexual, but yet you hypersexualize and sexualize yourself? And you feel like the kids deserve better, but yet you don't give anything better for them to watch? You know, that statement reminds me of a mindset that somebody showcased on national television.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days? Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's
Shout out to Nene Leaks. Let's continue. Oh my God, Milagro says she reads. She does? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Milagro says she reads the legacy media websites for news, read court documents and blogs, and talks to sources for her information. Milagro read out loud a message from a fan who said she's tired of people acting like though Milagro is a hater or like you're against women. Never once did you say that Tory wasn't wrong. You just said Megan is lying. Two things can be true at the same time. Milagro read out loud without a hearsay objection. Maybe there'd be an exception for that for effect on the listener, but I don't think so. She said her coverage of Lane's case increased because of the huge interest from her followers. There was an influx of hundreds of messages from multiple platforms wanting me to discuss it, and something happened. They wanted an update, she said. Milagro also dismissed her former friend and moderator, Emil Holland-Brick's suggestion that her fan base is a cult. That's a disservice to all the people from different walks of life who will listen to my show. There are engineers, doctors, lawyers, stay-at-home moms, she testified. So here's the thing, right? She just said two things can be true. You can have all those people, but that don't mean that they don't move in a cult-like behavior when they are supporting your platform. Oh, Lord Jesus. All right, let's move. But what gagged me was here is that Milagro says she reads. That gagged me. I'm like, wait a minute. So you read, but yet you couldn't understand the room, and yet you hear, but yet you read though. I'm gonna say that two more times. She reads, but she couldn't read the room, but yet she's in a lawsuit. Now this is coming from now. Listen. This is coming from somebody who has a criminal justice degree. Once again, she can actually read, but she couldn't read the room, and it's now a lawsuit. Somebody make that make sense to me. Rolling on. She said entertainers often have a persona that is a much more exaggerated version. Megan's lawyers did not object when Ben Ami questioned Milagro about a lawsuit against Megan by her former photographer, Emilio Garcia. So jurors heard Milagro's recap of those allegations, including her performing a sexual act in front of him and berating him over his eating habits. All the hearsay they don't bat an eye over, which is really remarkable, but them not objecting to, can you tell me about the lawsuit might take the cake? Milagro also testified about other people who have accused Megan of lying, including Nicki Minaj. Well, Nicki Minaj supports the president when the president will not give a damn if her PDF file of a husband and the child were on fire. So there's that person. There is PDF Academics, who was greasy to a 15-year-old in a Discord call. And he also said, whether you're 16, 17 and a half, you'll still get this D. And he's up for an SA lawsuit. Then you have Joe Budden, who was naked outside somebody's door. And has never been successful in anything except being a nuisance to society. And then you have Drake, who got big mad because he got his ass handed to him in a rap battle. You know what the common thread is? All of y'all suck. Oh, wow. What a shocking concept. Moving on. I don't know a bigger artist than him. Wow. I don't know a bigger artist than Drake. Well, I mean, there are other people bigger than Drake. I mean, that would mean that Drake is bigger than Milagro Gramz, right? If we're talking about who's bigger. Natasha Setseer, 6903, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the show. And feel free to come back anytime. And the 100 emojis tell me that you had a good time. So thank you. And listen, we cover a lot more than just this. So always feel free to come back. One love, much love, all love to you. Happy holidays to you and yours for sure. So always love people who are being good to people, right? So, yes. Amen. All right, let's keep going, everybody. Were a lot of these people not even part of your audience? Ben Amin asked, I wish Drake watched my show. He does not. Nicki Minaj, I do not believe the sin of watching my show. Milagro answered, regarding the digitally altered video Milagro promoted of Megan, Ben Amin pushed the defense that Milagro thought it was authentic by asking if she had any reason at that moment to believe it was not Miss Pete. Milagro said no, and Ben Amin played a recording of Milagro speculating on her live stream that the video may be fake. Ben Amin asked what she meant by this has got to be AI. I'm basically saying to my audience basically rather that this has better be something else rather. You know, Milagro testified, did you believe that Miss Pete was in the video? Ben Amin asked, I did. Milagro said Megan has literally stripped down music videos and got alone and show her behind, kind of arched her back in a sexual position. Really? So you're going to use her artistry against her to justify what you said? But Milagro does this. The fuck? This is coming from the same woman who just said that she doesn't like the content that's not substantive, and she hates that everything is sexual or hypersexual, but yet she sexualizes and hypersexualizes herself. Okay, child. My Lord. It looked like a lot of those videos to me, she testified. Megan's lawyers have highlighted the fact that Milagro was essentially being represented by a legal services agency connected to Lane's events, and Ben Amin tried to counter that by asking her follow-up with the group's founder, Caesar McDowell. This was when Milagro clocked her longest uninterrupted answer, about 4.5 minutes. She said she raised about $18,000 online for a lawyer. She gave McDowell $11,000, and he gave $7,000 to a lawyer in Florida. The lawyer called Milagro asking where's the rest. Milagro tried to contact McDowell. He never responded, but the lawyer in Florida said, I got the rest. At that point, he's pocketing my money in my mind. So I told the Florida, look, from now on, I'm going to pay you directly, and that'll clear up anything. Milagro justified. The lawyer, Michael A. Pensier in Pembroke, Pines, Florida, told her that he did not want to work with Caesar, and I do not feel like I'm going to get paid on time. Milagro fundraised another $40,000 online and paid Los Angeles attorney Rhonda Dixon $5,000, and she consistently needed more money because it was always a barrage of requests. Dixon left the case shortly before trial has not been seen in court. Milagro became emotional as she testified about getting fired from station head and having nothing in her bank account. So basically, you're broke. Because she said that station head account was her only source of income. You know, I would think, far be it for me to give an opinion, but since we're here, I would think if that was my only source of income, I would drink my water, mind my black-owned business, and stick to the prompt so the prompt won't be about me, so I won't be broke. Far be it for me to give an opinion. My Lord. I have an account right now that's negative $10,000 where I had to worry about how to feed my kids because I'm trying to pay for all this stuff. They just keep on and on and on. Milagro testified. Megan lawyers did not object for relevance as Milagro testified about one of her current lawyers joins her case. So you lost your only source of income. You went after somebody that forced you to raise money online. and you're negative $10,000, and you thought this was a good decision to make? Okay. Listen, I mean, listen. You know what? Round of applause for the smartness of Milagro Gramz. Hang on, let me do this. Said no one ever. Let's roll on. Okay, all right. Like I said, if you're negative $10,000 and you got fired from your only source and you bully somebody, where if you would just stuck to the prompt, you wouldn't have to be in this situation. Wouldn't that be your fault? Let's roll on. Megan's lawyer John O'Sullivan of Quinn Emanuel Ucart and Sullivan LLP is continuing its cross-examination of Milagro today. Closing arguments are expected this afternoon. The claims are defamation per se, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and promotion of a digitally altered sexual depiction of Megan in violation of a new Florida law. So here is Megan Cuniff on NBC News now. Here we go.
So joining us now is legal affairs journalist Megan Cuniff. She has been following this trial very closely. Megan, both Megan the Stallion and Milagro were on the stand today, right? Talk to us about what we heard from them during cross-examination.
Yes, and this was all-day testimony from both of them. We had Megan on the stand for about an hour and a half in the morning, and Milagro's lawyer's first question to her was, do you have any evidence that Milagro is directly working with Tory Lanez? And she pointed to Milagro's admission that she's taken money from Tory's family, which would be Tory's father, and then the fact that she posts stuff online that seems to have only come from Tory and his family. And of course, there's more to that. That's kind of what the whole case is about. So that there probably should have been an objection to the question, but there's really been a free range of questioning here. We haven't seen a lot of objections, so it's been an unorthodox style of questioning that hasn't really gone checked on either side. So we're seeing a lot of back and forth about the evidence, about various clips, about various things, but it's all coming to an end here soon tomorrow, like you said.
Talk to us about this last-ditch effort, sort of Hail Mary move.
So basically ending tomorrow. Let me go back and make sure she said that correctly.
It's about various clips, about various things, but it's all coming to an end here soon tomorrow, like you said.
Okay, so it's coming in tomorrow. Why aren't bloggers sticking together? This affects all y'all. Celebrities now has cases they can reference. So this is a very fair question, right? Here's the thing. You are correct that this affects all of us. However, Tisha Tales did not get sued. Armand Wiggins did not get sued. Binge-worthy did not get sued. Lovely TTV did not get sued. Braylon Lee did not get sued. Kempire did not get sued. So, with that being said, I believe heavy as that wears the crown. Like I've been saying tonight, you cannot ask for the spotlight, but yet not be responsible for how you move in the spotlight. And at the beginning, middle, end of the day, where you sit high upon the hill and look down low, or you're at the bottom of the hill and you look high, you gotta be responsible for what you do. And there are consequences and rewards for how you go about it. This is about the law of attraction. You attract goodness, you receive goodness. You attract negativity, you receive negativity. So not all bloggers are getting sued because they are being about their business. So hopefully that answers your question. Hey, Nikki News, good to see you, my friend. You see how many people are here? 20 people are here live. Like, come on. Like that. Look at your nephew making it do what it do live. But yes, indeed. Because listen, Nikki News has been here for every single one of them. And she will tell you, to your question, that Braylon Lee has been drinking his water, minding his black-owned business, and going on tour. Because, in the words of Anonymous T, El King, 5715, in the words of Anonymous T.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I don't think E. King heard you. I think they might be a little deaf and, mentally understanding. So can you say that one more time?
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
And Tay, can you tell L. King what happens when you drink your water, when you mind your black-owned business and you stick to the prompt?
Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time.
One more time, Tay.
Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time.
One more time for the one more time.
Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time.
That's what Tay said about what Braylon been doing, L. King, 5715. So I hope that answers your question. I mean, you really tried to be a legend, but you just looked like a hero that was temporary, because heroes are temporary because they do anything for attention, and legends are permanent because they do something for a purpose. But very, very nice try to be in the Legends Hall of Fame. Come around in the next lifetime to see if you can be given a fuck about your existence or your application. But great attempt. It's hot in here tonight. It is. And she's saying, yes, sir. I have been minding my business, drinking my own water, and going on tour, talking about what needs to be talked about. That's factual, factual, smactual. All right, let's roll on. So the trial is supposed to be happening. The trial is supposed to be ending tomorrow. So thank you for the $5 super sticker. I love you. Value. Appreciate you. By the way, if you do want to support, you can give super stickers, super chat, super thanks, or the Cash App, but also too, it's not required. Sincerely, it's not required. I do this because I genuinely love doing what I do with this platform. So I appreciate the support. Love you. And listen, I love you whether you support me or not, because at the end of the day, you still made time to come over here and see what was going on. So for that alone, I'm very, 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 very appreciative. All right, let's keep going. So as we just learned, it's coming to an end here soon, tomorrow. So let's keep going.
Talk to us about this last-ditch effort, sort of Hail Mary move, I guess, from Milagro's team. They wanted to throw the case out. What happened there?
Yes, and that's standard in a civil case. It's Rule 50 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, and it's a different rule in criminal cases for criminal procedure. But once the prosecution or the plaintiffs have presented their case, it's standard for the defense to then say that there is just not enough evidence on the record here to even justify this going to the jury. They'd ask for a judgment of acquittal in a criminal case, or a motion for judgment in Milagro's favor here in the civil case. And the judge denied it, which is pretty standard. It's pretty rare that would actually get granted, but it's really a standard request that we see at the close of the case. Once the plaintiff rests their case and it's the defense's turn to present, it's standard that they would make a motion to get the whole case thrown out. What's interesting is there's an ongoing debate about whether Milagro should qualify as a media defendant under Florida law, which is a pretty precedent-setting and important ruling for the defamation case. It's set up such that if the judge, or I guess the jury, is going to be asked to decide this too, but the defamation claim really hinges on this, on whether she's a media defendant or not, because she wasn't given prior notice. And if she's not ruled a media defendant, then it's fine that she wasn't given any kind of cease and desist letter. But if she is ruled a media defendant, then the defamation claim will be thrown out. So that's kind of an interesting ongoing thing right now.
I mean, so many layers here. I have about 30 seconds left, but I have to ask you about your reporting today, because you mentioned this moment where Megan Thee Stallion responds not yet when asked if she has sued anyone else. Do you think that's a warning shot?
Oh, for sure.
It seemed to have that effect yet, because a lot of this is identifying other people who've been criticizing her and saying, well, why isn't she going after them? She seems to only be targeting that. So yeah, it definitely seemed like kind of a warning shot, saying this possibly isn't over.
All right, Megan Cuniff, excellent reporting. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Well, this is what I would say, right? Shay P, and I love you with the love of God. You know me, you are like this. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it, right? Megan Cuniff has bias, right? So does Milagro Gramz. She has bias. So does, for example, trying to think of a black person in the news. So does Robin Roberts, right? So does Stephen A. Smith. Everybody has a bias, right? So, I mean, okay, now what? No, I'm asking a legitimate question. I mean, even me, like, I have a bias when it comes to the destinations that we talk about. And I've said many times that I think my takes on all the destinations that we've done is probably an 8 out of 10. Because there's somebody out there in the world that has said in their head, but never out loud to me in the chat of, Bray, you went a little too hard on this destination. Bray, you don't got all your facts right on this, that, and the third, or whatever opinion they have. So everybody's got bias, you know what I mean? So, I mean, okay, now what? But I still look shapy. It's all good in the neighborhood. We listen, here's how you really know I'm good with people. Where you can stand 10 toes down virtually and in reality that you're not going to let a experience dictate your movement with a person. Okay? So it's all good. But listen, everybody's got a bias in some shape, form, or fashion, shape. But nothing but love to you. Here is more here with Megan Thee Stallion going in here. This is from NBC6 Florida. Here we go.
Hobby Lobby. Bring Christmas joy to your kitchen with seasonal dish towels, oven mitts, counter accessories, and more. And to your table with festive place settings, plates, bowls, napkins, serving dishes, and table runners. Make all the places you gather this Christmas even more inviting. Save 50% on Christmas right now at Hobby Lobby, because Christmas is what you make it.
A federal jury in Miami could soon decide whether rap superstar Megan Thee Stallion was damaged by the words and actions of an online streamer. Both women testified today at the federal courthouse in Miami, which is where we find NBC6 reporter Tony Pipitone. Tony.
Yeah, Jawan, jurors heard 4 hours of closing arguments this afternoon before being sent home. They'll be back tomorrow to be instructed and then deliberate this case, which has had emotional both sides. Megan Thee Stallion testified yesterday and today, very emotional about the mental anguish he says all this has caused her. And the woman she is suing, the commentator, blogger, streamer, whatever you want to call her.
First of all, I love this white brother because he said, let me, you know, the blogger, streamer, commentator, wherever you want to call her. He was being so shady. He was being so shady. He was being so damn shady. Even Florida law doesn't recognize Milagro as media. Like, child. And honestly, I'm going to just keep it real with the judge. I don't think the judge is watching this, but to the judge, if you happen to watch this, hi, I'm Braylon. Nice to meet you. Listen, if Florida law says that, you know, Milagro is not media, then I think you should follow the law. You are a judge that's supposed to follow the law. I know a lot of y'all cannot stand me for what I just said. Some of y'all be like, you know what? You do too much. See, you want to be the biggest one, this, that, the third. No. I don't want to be the biggest one on the yard. No. I'm not being extra to be hateful. No, it's not that at all. That's what Florida law said. Florida law said that Milagro's not media. So the judge should follow the law, right? Because otherwise the judge would be breaking the law, correct? Okay, all right. But I did find that funny that the reporter said the blogger, the streamer, the commentator, the whatever you want to call it. Let's get back to this report, y'all.
Also was emotional, saying how this has pretty much wiped her out financially. A key question for the jury will be, though, whether that person being sued is truly a journalist.
Oh, you know what? I just thought about this. Hang on. Let's go back for a minute. So you see how Megan's walking? Now, listen. I'm just going to say this. This is just a side note. Megan Thee Stallion. Okay? Hang on. There we go. Wait. Okay, there we go. Megan Thee Stallion, from that look, she could be the new nanny. Fran Drescher, get Megan Thee Stallion, right? And hang on one second before anybody says Bray crazy. Give me a moment. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Because see, listen, I happen to predict, you know, the future a lot of times around here. I happen to predict it very well. Now, listen. Here we go. Now, green outfit, right? Okay. Headband. Here. Okay. All right. Listen, let's watch. I'm just saying, listen. Reboot of The Nanny, and listen, I will play the single daddy, okay? Listen, CBS, actually, CBS, y'all don't give a fuck about black people. No, we got, you know what, let's move it to Netflix. Yes, Megan Thee Stallion, The Nanny, and Braylon Lee on Netflix. Let's clap it up for that. Amen, praise him, and hallelujah. Let's clap it up for that. All right, back to this report, everybody.
Woman in lime green there needs no introduction. But in addition to being the Grammy-winning rap superstar, Megan Thee Stallion is in the eyes of the federal court simply Pinecrest resident Megan Pete. But the success of her defamation lawsuit against a Houston-based streamer and commentator, Milagro Cooper, could hinge on how the jury defines Cooper. Specifically, is Cooper and others who publish or broadcast their views on social media a journalist?
They're doing things that are actually very similar to what reporters do. And I think courts are having a hard time coming to grips with whether they should treat those people.
Wait, hang on. There was a person earlier that
are doing those things outside that are not associated with.
And that was actual. Hang on, wait, go back.
Institutional media.
Wait, hang on. Let's go back. Yes, I'm being
associated with that. Institutional media.
There was a whole rooster.
People that are doing those things that are not associated with grips with hard time coming to grips with whether they should treat those people that are doing those things that are not associated with institutional media in the same way as traditional journalists.
Megan Thee Stallion's lawyers claim Cooper was not a journalist when she accused their client of not telling the whole truth in the case against Tory Lanez, the man convicted of wounding her with a bullet in July 2020. But if the jury finds she was a journalist, longtime media lawyer Tom Dillon says it could be game over for Pete.
Could result.
The jury defines Cooper. Specifically, is Cooper and
hang on, let me go back. I'm sorry.
Woman in
like
line.
I said, right here, Megan Thee Stallion here, Fran Drescher here. I didn't realize y'all couldn't see it, but there's similarities to The Nanny. And so, like I said, we are pushing for The Nanny with starring Braylon Lee and Megan Thee Stallion on Netflix. So y'all tweet that, post that, create buzz for that. Okay, we want that as a culture. We want Megan Thee Stallion, Braylon Lee Nanny reboot on Netflix. Okay, here we go.
Green there needs no introduction. But in addition to being the Grammy-winning rap
And y'all will see
superstar,
the
Megan Thee
rooster here in a
Stallion is in
second.
the eyes
I'm
of
sorry
the
that y'all
federal
didn't
court,
see it. Hang on.
simply Pinecrest resident Megan Pete. But the success of her defamation lawsuit against a Houston-based streamer and commentator, Milagro Cooper, could hinge on how the jury defines Cooper. Specifically, is Cooper and others who publish or broadcast their views on social media a journalist?
They're doing things that are actually very similar
Right
to
there.
what reporters
There's
do.
a whole
And I
rooster.
think courts are
I
having a
was
hard
being
time
facetious with that person, but
coming
there's
to
a whole
grips
rooster.
with whether they should treat those people that are doing those
It's
things that
walking
are not associated with
like it's a normal
institutional
person
media in the
in the
same way
cut of a shot.
as traditional journalists.
Megan Thee Stallion's lawyers claim Cooper was not a journalist when she accused their client of not telling the whole truth in the case against Tory
All right, my
Lanez,
friend. Blessed
the man
be
convicted
safe
of wounding her
travel.
with
All
a
right,
bullet
safe
in
travel.
July
Safe travel. Love you
2020.
as always.
But if
You
the
know
jury
that.
finds she was a journalist, longtime media lawyer Tom Julian says it could be game over for Pete.
Could result in the entire case being thrown out because as I understand it, they didn't give a pre-suit notice that journalists are entitled to, so that they have a chance to retract if they want to do that.
Pete also accuses Cooper of directing some of her tens of thousands of followers to a link to a deep fake porn video that supposedly depicted Pete. It did not, but under the law, that doesn't matter. And so Megan Thee Stallion is asking for damages, compensatory, punitive damages totaling between $30 and $46 million.
Ooh, 36 to $40 million. Now listen, now Milagro, I think what you should do, right, is you should do a 3-part movie series, get Lionsgate to do it. Who else? Warner Brothers, Universal, get some big movie studio, do a 3-part series or do a 3-part TV series. You know, you get paid, $10 million a season. That's $30 million. And then you get paid $6 million for a high-profile interview after it's all over, and there's your $36 million. See, don't you ever say I don't help out black people on this channel. Don't you ever say that shit. Now, to get to $40 million, I don't know what you're going to do, but I at least got you to the $36 million. $36 million to $40 million.
In this case, money this defendant says she doesn't even have at this point. Her attorney, though, Megan Thee Stallion's attorney, says this is sending a message to people that they can't just go out and say false things without consequences. The defense is saying she was just asking questions. We'll see what happens tomorrow when the jury gets back and starts deliberating. For now, reporting live in downtown Miami, Tony Pipitone, NBC 6 News.
Tony, thanks.
All right, there is that there, everybody. All right, last thing here, and then we're going to roll. I love our damn show. I really, 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 really do. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Okay, here we go, y'all. From 7 News, Miami defense rests in defamation lawsuit against blogger accused of harassing rapper Megan Thee Stallion. The defense attorneys for a blogger accused of harassing Megan Thee Stallion during a 2023 trial involving Tory Lanez have rested their case. The Grammy winner, whose legal name is Megan Pete, appeared at a Miami courtroom. I feel like that should be appeared in a Miami courtroom Tuesday, where closing statements were given on day 7 of the trial, the 7th day of the trial. In Pete's suit, she claims online blogger Milagro Cooper posted false defamatory statements about her online, alleging the posts were invasion of privacy and caused emotional distress. She also accused Cooper of promoting a deep fake porn video of the singer. Pete claims all of Cooper's actions online were a part of a coordinated social media campaign, to harass and slander her during a separate 2023 trial for Tory Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, after he pawed Pete in the foot during an argument outside of a club in 2020. Peterson was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Cooper has argued she's been the one who's been who's being bullied following Pete's accusations. Important question being weighed in court is whether Cooper qualifies as media under Florida law. If so, Pete's claims against Cooper could be dismissed by the judge. The jury has now begun deliberation. Once again, Florida law says, right, that they do not recognize Milagro as media. So the judge should follow the law. I'm going to say that 2 more times. Florida law said, and I quote, that they don't recognize Milagro as media, so they should follow the law. They do not, in the state of Florida, recognize Milagro as media, so they should follow the law. And with that being said, I'm going to turn on my camera now because we done the whole show over an hour. First of all, shout out to all of you, 27 people, 26 people in the building. Once again, shout out to y'all. 29 people in the building now. Once again, shout out to y'all. Y'all, I'm going to be here for just a little bit longer because I definitely want to hear what you have to say. Day 7 of the Megan Thee Stallion Milagro Gramz trial coverage. What are you thinking? How are you feeling? How are you moving with the information that you learned here tonight? Like I said, I think that this is going to head to that guilty verdict. I really do. I mean, and listen, everybody's got the right to their opinion, but that doesn't mean their opinion is fact. Tossaway K was guilty. Caught up her nose hoe was guilty. Milagro scam, shout out to Conscious TV, guilty. Past behavior predicts future behavior, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just giving it to you like I see it. But we shall see. The jury will be deliberating. And like I said, I think they should follow the law. Florida law says that, you know, Milagro is not recognized as media, and they should stick to that. That's not being shady. That's not being shicey. That's not being draggerous. That is being factual. Okay. All right. 25 people in the building with me here. Thank you all so much for being here. One love, much love, all love to each and every single one of you. Like I said, I'll stay in the chat for a little bit, so you guys can make it do what it do with your opinions in the live chat. And yes, indeed. So, oh my Lord. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, man. By the way, let me thank everybody for being here because all of y'all were in the building tonight. The official Nikki News, thank you so much. Tyson No Mike, thank you so much as well. Of course, the one and only Shay P, thank you so much. Of course, the $5 super sticker, thank you so much, Nikki News. E King 5715, thank you so much as well. And much love to you. I was just playing with you mentally, but nothing but love, grace, and space to you. Natasha Crier, much love to you. Thank you for being here as well. Let's see who else came through the building. Try to make sure everybody gets thanked. Tile 7077, thank you so much for being here as well. And C Felder 8 as well. Thank you so much for being here as well. I really sincerely appreciate each and every single one of you. So yes, indeed. Like I said, I'll be here for a little bit. For those of you who want to know what our channel, our platform, and the frequency of our energy is about, I think it's best if you heard it in a song. So I'll let you guys hear that in 3, 2, 1. Roll it.
Untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show you. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum, echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear, the pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor, every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon Lee got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth. We're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
And that is our channel. I love that song so much. And if you love it as well, you can listen to it anytime here on our channel. Just go to the videos and you'll see title for you'll see the title of the video, theme song for Braylon's virtual tour. You can play that anytime, anywhere. That is for each and every single one of you. As we get ready to end it here, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming through tonight. First of all, it was like 30 people max here, and a very consistent audience. Thank you so much for that. We are on our way to a very, very big goal, and you'll know when we hit it because it will be a huge party here when we hit it. But I will have to tell you, to be able to cover the news for the culture, of the culture, by the culture, pretty much every single day. I try to rest on Thursdays, but the culture always, tries to make me go on tour. But we usually are live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Fridays, Saturdays. So basically 5 days a week, mostly. But to be able to cover Black news on a magnitude, a scale, and a frequency of this type of space is a privilege, it's an honor, and it's a responsibility that I don't take lightly. So I thank each and every single one of you. The fact that we're even done talking about it, and there's 7 people because they want to be here. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, the depths of my soul, the foundation of my being. Thank you. And I know that Nikki News and Shay P and others that have been around here for a very long time, I know that their hearts are swelling, their hearts are crying, and their hearts are overjoyed because they are seeing what they have always known, that Braylon Lee is an individual all on his own. So that makes me happy as well. So With that being said, there's something we do around here for the evening editions of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live, and it's called the Daily Motivator. When I first got started doing YouTube, I was trying to think of what could we do to end the show. And I feel like after we covered the mess of the impossible, we covered the rise of the possible, it's time to end it with something good, because you should leave better than when you came. So let's get it in and make it do what it do. If we all did the things we are capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. Thomas Alva Edison. Very well said, my friend. It is time for the Day Motivator for Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. Justify your behaviors. Challenge yourself with some powerful questions. Ask yourself why and why not. What's the alternative? A particular desire is pulling at your sleeve, begging to be fulfilled as soon as possible. The mere fact that you're obsessed with it is not necessarily a good reason to pursue it. So ask yourself why it would be a good idea, and also why it might not be such a great idea. Then ask yourself if there's a better alternative. It's easy to get caught. It's easy to get into the habit of following your whims without even questioning them. Yet that can eventually end up wasting a lot of your time or creating conditions that are not in your best interest. It's helpful to examine the small, seemingly innocuous desires before they lead you into habitual behaviors you'll come to regret. When you force yourself to justify your own actions, those actions and their outcomes are likely to improve. They're just little questions, yet they can make a big positive difference when you're honest with yourself. Why not, and what's the alternative? Ralph Morrison. Wow. Well, let's talk about justify your behaviors. Well, I will say this. When it comes to the life that you live, the only jury, judge, and executioner in the physical is you. And I think a lot of times we forget that we have autonomy mentally and otherwise over our life. So the first thing I would say to you is recognize your power when living your life. Recognize your power when living your life. Recognize your power when living your life. If you don't recognize your power, you won't have choices. When you don't recognize your power, you won't recognize your choices. When you don't recognize your power, you don't recognize your choices. That's the first thing I will tell you. The second thing I will tell you is it's easy to get into the habit of following your whims without even questioning them. And believe me, you, it would be much easier to be like, you know what? I want to go to Dubai today. Here's the question. In the words of my dad, do you have Dubai money? No, you don't. Then pay your bills. Going off of your whims can be powerful as a motivator and can be powerful as a destroyer too. So recognize your whims can be a blessing and it can be a curse to you. And finally, right here, why not, and what's the alternative? I have 3 questions that Oprah said one time. Who are you? What were the 3 questions? Do you hear me? Do you see me? Do you understand why I exist? Do you see yourself? Do you hear yourself? And do you understand why you're moving? Ask those 3 questions before you make a decision. I promise you, you won't get everything that you want, but at least you will be on a path to getting toward what you want. Amen, somebody. So with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always one of blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself? It's nothing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully, by spending time together, Ross, we'll be great together. Always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or child, you're just recognizing that just because what you're feeling is just a gram of nothing doesn't mean it cannot explode into something. Make sure the replay is not just work for you to watch it, not just work for you to listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. I love you. I value you. I embrace you all. Always remember, or see the love you gotta give it, or see the love you gotta give it, or see the love you gotta give it. Whatever obstacles you overcome, whatever success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, let me just say this to you. Recognize the wins that you have made it, that you have accomplished this year. It's easy to recognize the losses, but I promise you, recognize the wins. You're still here. And that means you have more wins to claim. Amen. Amen. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love, and I send it right back to you. Love you all. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Be blessed. And have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Love you all. Bye-bye. And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, have a good damn time anyway with the people that you love. Hell, life is too damn short. Love y'all. Bye.
I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about, besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.